Let's move on to CNN. Dangerous and stupid. ER physician on packed maskless Trump event. Oh, here we go.
Wrapping around the 5,000-seat theater in Phoenix, Arizona, a long line of Donald Trump's faithful.
No mask! No mask! Take off the mask!
Just 36% of the people in this county are vaccinated. Case rates have more than doubled in the past 2 weeks, fueled by the more contagious Delta variant. Step inside with us at this indoor rally. We find data and reason is absent, but every seat is full. No social distancing or masks. As this crowd
USA.
chants and sings for hours. This rally is to support the lie that Trump won Arizona and the 2020 election. But it's also about this.
No one should be forced to take a vaccine against their will.
Far-right politics is king here. Science, the villain.
It came from a laboratory, and Dr. Fauci should be in prison for what he did over the last year.
God damn it.
2022 Arizona Republican candidates feed off ignorance.
Mothers, don't let them mask our children again.
They're all here for the headliner.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 45th president
Oh, this was the Turning Point Action conference. Okay.
of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump!
How about the vaccine? I came up with the vaccine. I recommend you take it, but I also believe in your freedoms 100%.
What do you think of that behavior?
Extremely dangerous, and maybe it's not politically correct to say it's stupid. Dangerous and stupid.
Dr. Murtaza Akhtar is an emergency room physician in Phoenix and has been on the front lines of the COVID battle since it began.
What do you anticipate is going to be the impact of this?
Of the rally? Oh, well, I mean, there's definitely going to be an increase in cases. I mean, there's no way with the Delta variant that there aren't people in there who already have the coronavirus. This behavior, regardless of what variant is around, is a cesspool for creating variants.
How frustrating is this type of thing for you?
If you make a dumb decision about your own health, on one level you could say, well, it's your life. But when it's an infectious disease that's this contagious and affects so many people, you're not just affecting yourself, you're affecting everybody around you.
Yeah, but that is completely against the conservative Republican mindset. It's not about everyone else. It's not about other people. It's completely about you and about Trump. It's about celebrating Trump, about individual freedoms, brother.
King Lau joins us from Scottsdale. In recent days, there's been a shift among conservative voices urging vaccinations. Did you see any response to that this weekend?
Not in this crowd. It is so baked in. It is so part of the DNA of the political conversation now that it's really no. I mean, that's the answer. When you talk to them, the people in this particular crowd really view not having a mask, not having a vaccine as somehow making you more patriotic. And that's a real danger here, says Dr. Akhtar. When we were also showing him this video, he says, because this is such a strong mindset, and a lot of the people there who were not wearing masks, he says some of them are elderly, some of them are overweight. He is hoping that they are vaccinated, but he has some serious questions about that, Anderson.
I mean, we watched the Turning Point thing yesterday. We don't need to comment on that. I mean, Charlie Kirk is vaccinated. Trump is vaccinated. Every speaker at that event is vaccinated and socially distanced from the hogs in the crowd. I mean, they've been primed for this. The vaccine hesitancy, the misinformation, the anti-science, the mistrust of government, except for the leader of it, Trump, former leader. If they're trying to look for, why aren't they getting vaccinated? Look no further than the Republican Party. and the Republican media apparatus. This next one is interesting, though. Vaccine passports raise questions in the U.S. as other countries require them.
Police and protesters square off. Tens of thousands in Paris voicing their outrage over a new rule to curb the spike in coronavirus cases. A mandatory health pass that people will have to show to get into restaurants, bars, and other venues. The pass confirms the holder has been vaccinated against coronavirus or has had a recent negative test. Other European countries requiring similar passes. One analyst says the U.S. could follow suit.
Some states are definitely going to be turning to more mandates. That means to get into concerts, sports, restaurants, somebody's going to want to see your vaccination status.
But can so-called COVID passports work in the U.S.? A few states are offering residents a way to voluntarily show digitally that they've been vaccinated. But those states don't blanketly require all their residents to show those passes in order to get into restaurants, bars, and other places. Certain individual businesses require it, like Yankee Stadium in New York. In Atlanta, this restaurant is requiring customers to show they're fully vaccinated.
No vax, no service. Hell yeah. Do that. The main cultural grievance that conservatives have is that they just want to go to Applebee's and get their jalapeno poppers. So you take that away from them. If you're not going to behave, you're not going to look out for the rest of us. You don't get to have your jalapeno poppers. You don't get to eat at the restaurants. You can go to McDonald's. You can go through the drive-thru.
Service. It's getting mixed reactions.
That's unfortunate because I don't want to get the vaccination.
I personally don't have a problem with it. Again, I am vaccinated.
COVID passports are so controversial that several states, with Texas and Florida leading the way, have banned businesses from making potential customers show proof of vaccination.
You have a right to participate in society, go to a restaurant, movie, a ball game, all these things without having to divulge this type of information.
But with the Delta variant sparking coronavirus surges and increasing numbers of deaths all over the country, the pressure for passports in America could grow.
If we're really going to get the cities reopened, if we're going to be able to keep the schools open this fall and winter, if we're going to be able to keep doing recreation, we can't just allow the unvaccinated to go where they want. That means passports.
So far, the Biden administration has stayed out of the passports debate, leaving it up to the states. But the White House may soon enter the debate.
If we see that rates spike, if they continue to go up with the Delta variant, the administration may have to weigh in more forcefully when it comes to the issue of mandates.
Medical ethics expert Arthur Kaplan says even if the White House avoids weighing in on what the states do with vaccine passports, the federal government may soon have to create some kind of international vaccine passport, a way of proving to other countries that Americans going there have been vaccinated and proving that people coming into the U.S. are vaccinated. Wolf, it could be coming.
Good. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of these hogs running around unvaccinated, spreading their COVID everywhere. Either you mandate that they get the vaccine, or you mandate that they can't participate in public events and public commerce like restaurants, like sit-down restaurants, unless they're vaccinated, unless they have a vaccine card. I don't know why we continue to baby these people as if their opinion on this holds any weight when they're completely anti-science. They don't believe the vaccine is either real or dangerous. I say vaccine, a virus. No, I'm sick of this shit. All right. We got one more from the Communist News Network.
As we've been reporting, vaccine hesitancy is obviously a persistent problem in this country. Many states have seen vaccination rates considerably under 50%. One of those states is Arkansas. And tonight we want to bring you the story of not only people who, for whatever reasons, are refusing to get the shot, but a nurse who's spent countless hours on the front lines and endures what she says is a torrent of verbal abuse for just doing her job. As a result, she's actually taken to social media to try to fight back. CNN's Ellie Reeve has our story.
You guys went outside? Hey, two puppies. It was extremely difficult to watch so many people die and then have people tell you, on Facebook or in Walmart that you're a liar.
Sunny worked on a COVID floor of a hospital at the height of the pandemic. Being a nurse was hard, but what made it surreal was living in Western Arkansas, where many people, even some in her own family, said COVID was overblown, just the flu.
Nurses were really the symbol for this whole pandemic, and almost all of the hate has centralized around us. Nurses have PTSD. A lot of us are suffering from it from last year, and now we're having people come in and look us in the face and be like, no, I didn't get the vaccine, and now I'm sick.
Arkansas has the third lowest COVID-19 vaccination rate in the country. Just 36% of the population is fully vaccinated. Like many places with low vaccination rates, it's now seeing a spike in cases.
Are you going to get the vaccine?
I have not, and I will not. I'm not a guinea pig. There's not a chance.
You got COVID?
I did. That's the reason I didn't get it. But then after I got over the COVID, I had a heart attack after that.
So why would you not get the vaccine?
I might have a bad reaction to it.
I see.
I might have a bad reaction to it? Does he, did he say that he, hang on.
I had a heart attack after that.
So why would you not get the vaccine?
I might have a bad reaction to it.
I see.
Do you know that? You might have a bad reaction to it.
Oh, that's good. That's better. You know, I believe that it's a freedom issue.
Oh my God. It's the same line every time. It's a freedom issue. How about the freedom for the rest of us? For you not to be spreading COVID everywhere. Huh? I'm sick of this shit, dude. Your freedom to not get the vaccine and spread COVID is not more important than the freedom of everyone else around you to not get sick.
Worn a mask probably a maximum of 1 hour in the entire whole thing that since this COVID came about. If it's so communicable, why am I still standing?
We had people accuse us of
God.
Giving their loved one something else so that they
Your
would
survivor's bias is not an argument.
die and we could report it as COVID. We heard it more than once that we were just fudging the numbers or we were killing people on purpose to make COVID look like it was worse than it was or to make it look real when it wasn't. For the first majority of the pandemic, we wore the same N95 for like 1 to 2 weeks at a time.
Tell me what you think about the term healthcare heroes.
Oh, I think it sucks.
Why?
So they dubbed us healthcare heroes. It gave the public this really wrong impression that we were sacrificial lambs and willing to die for them. We want to help people. You know, I want to save lives. I want people to get better, but not, you know, at the expense of my family's lives either. Then you have the public going, well, you signed up for this. No, I didn't. When I was 17, I enlisted in the Army. I knew that I might die for my country. When I was 22 and went to nursing school, that wasn't on the agenda. You know, like I didn't volunteer to die for everybody. And even with the vaccine now, it's still a highly politicized thing for no good reason.
Last year, Sunny started venting on TikTok.
You're just trying to spread fear. If that's what it takes to get you to listen to me, sure.
I had avoided posting about COVID for a long time because of the negative reactions I got. Like, it hurts my feelings. But just a couple weeks ago, I had people in my inboxes threatening to kill me, calling me a murderer, saying I helped kill those people. I get called a crisis actor all the time. It's my thing now to respond to hate comments for just $10 into my Venmo account. I'll tell you the truth about COVID-19 and crisis acting. I've made about $100, so.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, and people like send you $10 and you're like, yeah, I'm not a crisis actor.
Well, I'm just like, crisis acting isn't real and COVID is real, so like, surprise. So to tell you the truth, not the truth you wanted to hear, but no.
Sunny says dark jokes bring some relief from a darker reality, like that her own health is at risk. Her fellow nurse Hazel Bailey got COVID last August and was on a ventilator for 42 days.
It's real. COVID's real. I nearly died from it and will probably have issues from it for the rest of my life. I have family that they believe that it's real, but they're not concerned with taking the vaccine. They understand some people get it and it's not bad, but I got it and it was bad. And now we're seeing this new variant hit and it's really hitting Arkansas.
Sorry, my sister doesn't have the vaccine.
Sunny says that recently COVID patients have been telling her they got it at church. This week...
Oh my God. Look, my friend's mom is a nurse, and I worry about her getting it. She has multiple underlying health conditions. So I worry about her getting it. Everyone in my family has underlying health conditions. And as far as I know, my grandmother is the only person in our family who have gotten the vaccine so far. There's no excuse at this point. There's nothing that you can say to me other than I have a medical reason to not get the vaccine, and here is the excuse from my doctor. That is the only reason. At this point, I'm not going to see my family until every one of them are vaccinated. I'm not doing it. And this church shit, God's on 5G. Okay? You don't have to go into a renovated bowling alley to feel at one with Jesus. You can pray at home. There's plenty of channels online that you can watch that will pray with you. Either stay at home and never leave, or get the fucking vaccine. I'm sick and tired of people making excuses.
Arkansas had its biggest spike in cases since February, and it has the worst case rate in the country. The state is offering vaccination incentives, like free lottery tickets. It hasn't convinced many.
Did anyone you know get COVID?
My son had COVID.
How old is he?
8.
Wow, so that's like pretty rare for like a young kid. What was that like?
He was sick a lot. He's been sick a lot for a while, and he's still sick. So I'm going to have to go get him looked at and see if there's further damage. I don't know. I mean, because he got real sick.
Yeah.
Fever every day for weeks.
Are you guys going to get the vaccine?
No,
Okay.
no vaccine.
How come?
I just don't trust the government.
Are you going to get the
My
vaccine?
God.
Absolutely not. My kids are not going to get it. None of us.
How come?
I mean, I figure I'll just let the world work its natural ways.
Okay.
We've taken none of the
You're gonna let the world work its natural ways. You know what frustrates me? Is dumbasses like this are the ones who live the longest, are the worst type of people to be around and have in your life, and will never face the consequences. He'll probably be asymptomatic and just spread it to everyone he knows. He himself will probably never get sick. I know shitheads like this. Just let the world work. You know? Yeah, I'll just spread it around. You know? If I get sick and die, if my kids get sick and die, you know, COVID's not real anyway. So, you know, it was something else. People like this will never face the consequences of their actions or their haircut and poor facial hair choices.
vaccines ever, so.
Are you able to get like religious exemption at schools for your kids? Is that how?
No, I mean, we take the stuff that you have to.
So what do you mean when you say you don't usually get vaccine?
We didn't do the pig swoop flying thing or whatever
Swoop
that was.
flying.
We didn't do any of the befores. It's something that I don't believe in. You know, I mean, I haven't never. It seems it only comes about every presidency, and it seems like it's either crowd control or whatever you want to call it. But I want my family to have nothing to do with it.
Do you need Alex Jones to tell you to take it then? Is that what's going on? If Alex Jones says that he has the vaccine and you should take it too, will you take it then? You fucking idiot.
I've always been healthy and
You fucking inbred Arkansas piece of shit.
just seems to work better that way.
Not everyone around here feels this way.
I think you need to get it because it's not only helping you, it can help your whole family, everybody around you. It's better to take a chance on the shot than it is to take a chance on the COVID. Cowboy up and go in there and get a shot and come out of there like a grown-up, you know?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
One of my biggest fears with like
That's
this
a cute
new wave of
puppy.
COVID, we're seeing a lot of nurses with compassion fatigue, and I am really scared how that's gonna play out because a lot of the cases that we're seeing are in non-vaccinated individuals. If I had a patient come in that wasn't vaccinated with COVID like I have, like I'm obviously still gonna treat them to the best of my ability, but I do know some nurses that had to quit because they just don't have it in them to do that. A lot of Arkansans, you know, would give you the shirt off their back to help you out for a stranger, like, you know. I think that a lot of people being anti-COVID and anti-vaccine is just a product of the way that we were raised here, but they're not bad people.
And Ellie Reeve joins us now. That was such a great piece. I really appreciate you just talking to folks. And the thing that really struck me, hearing that mom whose 8-year-old got COVID and was sick for, she said, weeks and they're going to take him to doctor to see if there's anything to be done. And yet she would not get vaccinated. I mean, that's a tough hurdle if people are that set to not get vaccinated. I'm not sure where we go.
Yeah, that story stuck with us and the rest of the crew. We talked about it the whole time we were in Arkansas. Last fall, public health experts told us that some of this skepticism about COVID and the vaccine would fade away when people's loved ones started getting sick. But for the people in Arkansas we talked to, that just wasn't the case. So, for example, Hazel Bailey, the nurse who was on event, after we did the interview with her, we talked to her sister. And her sister said that Hazel coming home alive was the Christmas present that she prayed for. But she also said that she couldn't give an interview because her thoughts on the vaccine were not fit for television.
Wow. Ellie Reeve, I really appreciate what you do. Really like it. Thank you very much.
We're not fit for television. Listen, lady, whatever thoughts you have on the vaccine, they're already on television. Okay? I know that because your dumbass got them from television. Oh, these people.